Hey guys, it's Pulsar, and today I'll be giving you my pick for the worst 5 defenders in Steel Wave. First thing I want to say is that this is just purely my opinion, and if you disagree, tell me in the comments. These are my opinions, this is what I've gotten from my ranked games, but if you disagree, tell me why. First off on this list, at number 5, I've got Cav. Cav isn't a completely horrible operator, which is why I put her at number 5. I think she's still bad, but I think that you can get a use out of her, and if you're lucky and the round goes your way, Cav can work. But the thing is, an operator isn't determined as good when they can only work in specific scenarios. And that's what Cav is. Cav is a roamer. She doesn't really have any way to deal with drones and people pushing her out. Obviously, she has her impact grenades, but that's about it. Someone like Vigil is a lot better of a roamer because Vigil also has impact grenades to make himself rotate if he needs to. But he's got that anti-droning, which is one of the most important things as a roamer, which Cav lacks. Cav has her silent steps so she can flank people. But it's hard to flank people when they've already droned you out. Which is why I think Cav really only works at those lower level lobbies where people aren't droning everywhere. And yes, I did used to be one of those Cav mains who'd hide under a table and come behind you, because that would work. At my rank, that worked. That was over like 2 years ago back when I played on Xbox, but it worked, and it worked because people didn't push in together. There's a reason you don't see Cav in Pro League, and that's because people push as a team, and if you flank everyone as Cav, and you somehow kill all of them, even though Cav has really trash guns, her M12 was bad, and this pistol really only downs people, which is also pretty bad. If you go and you flank 3, maybe 4 people, the interrogation doesn't really matter at that point because you've already killed everyone. And there's not really a situation where Cav can do something that Vigil or Mozzie can't do. And that's why I think that Cav isn't a good operator, and that's why I'm going to put her at number 5 for worst defenders in Steel Wave. Next on this list is Alibi. Alibi comes in at number 4. That's because her ability just sucks. Someone just uses their drone. The drone's behind the desk. They're like, there's a Prisma there, and then they don't shoot it. Her ability is pretty much useless every single time, unless the people you're going against are bad. But an operator isn't good because other people are bad. That's not how the game works. And a lot of the people you're going against are going to be using their drones, and they're not going to be getting killed by Alibi. So that's why I think Alibi is bad. I think her really only saving grace is her weapons and her loadout, because the MX4 is good, and the Bailiff is really good. This can help you make rotates, and then she's got a gadget choice between impact grenades, which most roamers use, or deployable shield, which is very useful for people who are playing in sight. That's what I think saves Alibi from being lower on this list, but I don't think it puts her above Cav, because at the end of the day, you can actually use Cav's ability even against people who know what they're doing. It's just very situational. Alibis pretty much never works because even if they don't drone it, they'll look at it for like a split second and they'll say, "Hey, that's not moving. I don't think that's a person, guys," and they won't shoot it. Alibi's ability almost never comes in handy, and if you're gonna pick someone for the gun, you might as well just pick Jaeger or Wamai. And that's why I put Alibi at number 4. At number 3 is Frost. Frost is bad. I don't know. She doesn't do anything. Her guns are okay. Her deployable shield is alright. I mean, deployable shield is pretty useful, but 9 times out of 10 it's just going to be sitting in a doorway so someone can vault over it and go into the obvious frost mat that is placed there. I don't know. Frost mats don't really like give anything to your team. The only thing I can see a frost mat being useful for is literally just when you maybe double frost mat a window and then somebody has to jump in and then shoot both of them, so they're looking down while they're jumping in, so they can't really do anything to you if you shoot them. But like, the frost mat doesn't have to be there. If someone's vaulting in a window, you should be able to kill him no matter what. If he's looking down, it just makes it easier for you. But like, I don't know, frost just isn't that useful. You can just bring like Jaeger, Wamai, and then stop grenades from coming into sight, or you can put a frost mat under a window that somebody's just gonna break. I don't know. I think Frost maybe could be useful at the lower ranks, but even that I doubt. I don't know. I played Xbox for a while. Like 2 or 3 years ago, I was a Copper 4. I was really bad. But even I shot frost mats. I would go over a deployable shield and I would shoot that frost mat and I'd get into sight. Like, even as one of the worst players in the game, I killed frost mats. And that's why I think frost is bad. And that's why I put her at the third worst operator in Steel Wave. At number 4, I've got Warden. Warden, just like all these other operators, is just super situational. You bring him to counter smokes and stuns, but usually people are only gonna go for smoke plants one round, because after that you already know what's up and you can counter it. So a Warden pick is always hard to predict. Like, you can't really predict that these guys are gonna go Ying and Glass and try to kill us through smoke. And even then, like, Warden can see through the stun and see through the smoke, but so can Ying. Ying can see through her stuns, and Glass can see through his smoke. So Warden still has to win a fair gunfight, while you can just pick someone else who's more useful and just not take the gunfight. So that's why I think Warden is, once again, super situational. I like his gun loadout. I like the MPX. I know a lot of people don't, because they say it's a pea shooter, it does no damage. I mean, I guess it's kind of true, it does no damage, but I like the fire rate. I think it's a balanced gun. And then P10 or SMG12. I don't know, SMG12 is kind of risky to take. It really depends. I like the SMG12. I use it. But, I don't know, his guns are pretty good. And then gadget-wise, he's got deployable shield, nitro cell, the 2 best defender gadgets in the game, which is awesome. But, once again, like, you can always pick someone else who has a nitro cell or a deployable shield, which is why I think Warden kind of sucks. Not useful. His ability just sucks. And I was pretty close to putting him at the worst operator in the game, but I think that deployable shield gives him some saving grace, and that's why I put Warden at the second worst operator in the game. At number 1, best defender in the game, the Lord himself, Tachanka. Tachanka is so good. His mounted LMG kills literally everybody. He's got a great deployable shield. To protect himself. And he's just so good at killing everybody that I had to put him at number 1. He's so good. He kills everybody. Nah, I'm just kidding. Tachanka sucks. Tachanka, his mounted LMG just doesn't work. Being stationary in this game with like a fixed turning radius isn't good. And the mounted LMG itself doesn't even do like that good of damage, so it's like not really that worth it. You can always just take a fast gun headshot. And I think the killer on Tachanka, which I have no clue why Ubisoft did this. Actually, I think it's because of the rework that's coming in, but I don't know why they had to do it this season. But it was taking out his deployable shield. Tachanka's deployable shield was like the one thing that made him okay. But when they get rid of it, Tachanka just you can't do anything with him. You have to bring another operator with a deployable shield so that Tachanka can work. But even when Tachanka does work, he's not even like that good. And obviously, I guess his guns are good. I like the VSN. I think this is a good gun. And then the Gush, best pistol in the game. That's awesome. His gadgets, already talked about that. I missed the deployable shield, but honestly, Tachanka's in a bad state right now. But we all know he's getting that rework probably next season. Might make a video on that soon if you guys want it. But yeah, Tachanka is going to get a rework soon, and that's definitely going to skyrocket him right out of this list. But as of now, Tachanka is the worst defending operator in Steel Wave right now. So that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate it if you liked the video. Check out my channel and subscribe if you aren't already. And lastly, don't forget to comment if you agree or disagree with this list. I'd like to hear what you guys think. Thanks for watching.